Hey friends, welcome back to the workshop here at Mark Kelly Farm. We're going to do some cast iron restoration for you today. A lot of people are getting back into cast iron and they'll see an old crusty, rusty skillet and think it's just absolutely ruined and they pass it by, but you can get those for really cheap and it's not hard to restore them. So stick around. We're going to show you how to do it, take you through the process, and by the time we get done, you'll be going out and buying them old crusty skillets for sure. So here's an old pan here. We were over at our friend Scott and Sam's place the other day, and I saw this old skillet laying in the shop, and I'd never seen one like it. So looking it over, it's Wardway. So I asked her if she wanted this thing cleaned up because we've been working on a lot of cast iron lately, and I told her I could refurbish it for her to where she can put this thing back to use. So doing the research on this pan was actually made in the 30s by Wagner, and they made it for Montgomery Wards. It was a line that they were selling at Montgomery Wards, so that's why it's called Wardway. Really interesting. But this is a real nice pan. You can see it's got the crusties again, but we're going to take care of that, and I'll show you how. You can see we got a tub that the pan can be completely submerged in, so we'll go over the setup on this. So here's our setup. You just get you a piece of wood or any non-conductive material, heavy plastic or whatever you want that'll hold things up. And then I've got a series of holes drilled in here so it gives you hanging options depending on what you're hanging in here. So we've got our skillet hanging in here free, and then you want to get you a clean piece of metal. So I've got this piece of angle iron that we drilled a hole in. You can reuse this over and over as long as it's clean when you start. Hit it with a sander or something like that, a wire wheel. You can see we've got it pretty shiny, so that's what you want when you're starting. So from here, we have to add some water in here with baking soda. So for every gallon of water, you need a tablespoon of baking soda. So we'll mix that up and we'll get this vessel filled up. All right, we've got 16 gallons of our baking soda water in here. You can see our tip of our handle is not all the way in the water, but that's fine. That little tip of the handle is easy to clean up, like on a wire wheel or something like that. Okay, we've got our 12-volt battery charger. You want a manual charger because a lot of the newer automatic ones will have an issue with what we're doing here and they won't work. So a manual one's working better. Before you plug it into the electricity, make sure you connect your connections. Your negative connection will go to the piece you want to clean. Positive connection goes to the anode. Now, contrary to popular belief, more amps isn't necessarily better. You want to go between 5 and 15 amps. Some of your chargers will do 50 amps for like starting, but the problem is you're running so much amps, you can overheat your electrolyte and make it to where it's not effective. So 5 to 15 amps is optimal. If you look in here, we've already got electrolysis taking place. Everything's starting to bubble. Alrighty, it's the next day. Looks like we got a lot of the crusty stuff loosened up. So we unplug our charger here. Let me get some gloves. Alright, we'll take it off of our hook. You can see everything's loosened up on here. So we're going to take this inside, give it a good scrubbing. Okay, we got it all scrubbed and dried. Now we're going to put some fire on underneath it. We need to get this thing completely dry, get the moisture cooked out of it, it came out really nice. This is a well-used pan. You can see we got maybe just a couple little spots over here. But you don't get a finish like this on the bottom without being very well used. Your new pans will not look like this. This is years and probably a couple generations of use and cleaning that gets your bottom that smooth. So we'll dry it out and then we'll start the seasoning process. So while our pan is still warm, I got about a teaspoon of our fresh lard that we rendered here on the property. You can buy lard at the store. I recommend using animal fat for seasoning your pans because the seed oils will sometimes get sticky on you. So we'll let this melt and we'll show you the next process. So using a basting brush, we're just going to get this oil all over our pan, inside and out. So we'll do the inside first, and then we'll make sure we got a good coating on the outside, and then we'll show you what to do then. So you can see we've got a good coat of oil inside and out, even on the handle. So now what we want to do is wipe off all the excess, and you want to keep wiping like you don't even want it on there. I like using these blue shop towels because unlike regular paper towels, they don't leave like a paper residue on there. So just start wiping down your pan. You can see the line right here where it was hanging into the electrolyte. This is the part that didn't get stripped. Got the pan in the oven. We're going to leave it upside down like that. We're going to cook it for an hour at 450. Okay, one cycle is complete. You can see how beautiful that pan came out. We're going to do 2 more cycles. So while this is still hot, we'll put some more oil on it once it's cool enough to handle it a little bit. And then right back in the oven, we'll do a total of 3. You can see the inside of the pan here after the first cycle. This pan is going to be a very valuable pan now. If you were to take this at auction, people seeing that smooth cooking surface from a couple generations of use, this is the pan that'll bring a lot of money if you were to flip it. So that's another idea for you. If you want to buy some old crusty pans that are good quality and fix them up, you could make a little bit of money on it. Well, there is our skillet after the 3rd round of seasoning. You can see it's almost a mirror in there. It's pretty crazy. Got a super good non-stick surface to it now, and I think our friend Sam will be quite pleased with this. Well, that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed the video. Tried to make it as short and sweet as we could. So don't pass up that old cast iron anymore, folks. You can bring it back to showroom quality. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you guys. Come back and see us again here on the farm.